I appreciate it. How are you doing tonight?
Doing well, how are you?
Excellent, thank you.
No, I have some in my car. How are you? I know it's confusing. I have a friend of Eleanor's, so she had another event that she's already been to, so I'm just going to chat on her behalf. I don't have much to say, but yeah, she has Ellen campaign manager, and then obviously she's Ellen, and then I'm one of those states on the stage. Any material?
You know what, I think I'm actually blocking some of the material.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Here.
My name is Ted Willamette. I'm running for re-election for state chair. I want to thank you very much for having Welcome. Welcome. Do you like it here? It's a real favor. So you might be a little bit disappointed. The budget's much better.
You got my message? No. What's up? I was asking you where the event was. I said Portland was doing well. There's some, like, you know, I was just wandering around and like everything right here. It's huge. I think I did. Yeah. We're all good? Well, yeah. And then Wednesday. So people can put us on, like, 9 o'clock. In fact, this is you can do all those other races. Sure. So we credits that. Should be done by tomorrow. Okay, cool. Before I leave, I need to give you. Okay. The only thing is it needs a tripod? You guys think you can find a tripod? Maybe. Hey, what's going on?
How you doing, man?
Surprised to see you here.
Yeah. Definitely.
Hanging around.
Yeah. Just going around. Here on my, on my boss's behalf.
Right?
Yeah.
Have you met Mrs. John Thompson?
John Thomas.
It's funny because you just walk into these things, you know like all
Yeah, you know everyone, right? From both camps.
Right. Especially myself. In fact, I know actually the Republicans a little bit better than the Democrats, to be honest with you. So anyway, but yeah, no, I'm guessing right?
Well, from the campaign, I mean, he does 3 or 4 surgeries on Mondays.
Right.
So, not really taking the day off, but
Right.
campaign.
From campaigning, so he's doing this minor thing called like surgery.
He's the Bueller who doesn't get a day off.
Right.
You know?
There you go. Yeah, I like that. He's like watering his garden or anything now. I totally understand. Cool.
So you're here for the whole thing.
I am here for the whole
We're
thing.
gonna leave right now.
Okay, fantastic. Well, I'll just give you the
You got the
camera.
camera.
I do, but I can give you the camera.
Oh, the other camera.
Before you pop out, I'll give you the second camera. If you can get a tripod for it,
We can set it up
and then set up and just focus a nice tight shot on him, and then hit go. And
How are you there?
I can head of Dr. He's running for Oregon.
How you doing?
Good seeing you. Good seeing you. My buddy right here.
Yeah.
My carpool
I like you, Joe. Give him a horn.
It's been a while.
He's actually Oregon State University's first scholar. Oregon native, born and raised in Roseburg, now lives in Vancouver. That's good. Hardworking, pragmatic guy. He's gonna get That's hard. Yeah, that's hard. Well, and that's why we need a Secretary of State who's working within the corporation division. One of the areas of the Secretary of State's office to help promote job creation, to try to bring businesses forward, and to cut through the red tape so small business owners can focus less on bureaucracy. More on creating jobs.
Every time I go, I gotta do everything for all these guys.
yeah,
I mean, it's just.
Then you start paying me by the hour, right? Per gig.
All of them. I'm gonna line them all.
Hopefully we can turn things around.
We're starting a little late, but while everybody gets settled, and this is the second in our 3 series of election preparations. And my name is Bernard Della Santina. I live here. Welcome to everybody, including especially the candidates, to those of you who are looking to work for us and come to tell us about yourselves. Just a note before we start, I want you to point to 2 maps on the side here. This is a map of Clackamas County, a big county, as Kurt knows probably, with a wide variety of population. And this is you can look at it after, this is our precinct, 501, which is in a little place right up in here in the corner, okay? So it's a precinct that we're proud of, Willamette is proud of, and we hope we get good representation from those of you who are here wanting to talk to us. Okay, so a question first. Is there a representative from the Romney campaign here? No. Okay, well, what we will do, the cards that are here will be passed out, and if somebody can start doing that, and we'll, the questions will be asked on the card and pass them to the monitors who will be in the aisles, and we will stop and ask the questions for each category. Okay, we will begin with the congressional district, go to the state treasury, then the Attorney General, Secretary of State, and finally for the United States President. That's the order of categories. So after each one, we'll stop for questions because some people have, campaigners have a lot of places to go and will have to leave us. So get your questions ready along the way so we can go through this quickly. So let us begin then. We'll be starting with the 5th Congressional District, and tonight we will start with, and for the speakers, you may use either this to wander around or this if you would rather stand still someplace, okay? So you choose and I'll give you one or the other. So we'll start tonight with Kurt Schrader, our current representative. Kurt.
Well, thank you all for having me. It's always fun to come to Willamette View Manor. Always good attendance and always great questions. So I'll dive right in. A little background, I'm a veterinarian and a farmer, 35 years veterinary, 20 years farming in great Clackamas County here. Raised a family, 5 kids, leading payroll, started businesses. I guess I know what it's like to struggle, and I know what it's like to create jobs. Philosophically, I'm about promoting individual opportunity. I feel very strongly about personal responsibility and also communities like this where we help each other out. I'm proud of the track record I've had in all the 4 years I've been in the United States Congress. We've worked hard for Oregon and frankly for the folks in this room, a variety of venues. We're very proud of bringing the NOAA fleet down from Seattle, actually creating a lot of jobs on the Central Oregon coast, which is part of our district. We've worked hard to get Woodburn Interchange, Kubler Interchange, and money for some of the Sunrise Corridor projects that are so important to move transportation of folks around in our district in a good way. We've been very active with the farming community and the forestry communities, trying to make sure our rural partners also succeed, getting very important research dollars here in our counties. And we spend a lot of time, frankly, in our office working for seniors and veterans, making sure they get the benefits that they've been owed for a long, long time. And nationally, despite what some of the TV show hosts will tell you, I'm very proud of actually keeping this country out of a Great Depression. Many of us forget where we were all of 4 years ago. Things look pretty bleak. Also started to rein in Wall Street, which was a big issue not too many years ago. Trying to get past some of the derivative Ponzi schemes that have really caused our country a lot of heartache. And we've made some good, I think, strategic investments in patient-based health care, making sure that our energy becomes, our country becomes more energy independent. And believe it or not, even in this last Congress, which hasn't done a whole heck of a lot, we're able to make a down payment on our budget, making sure we control some of our expenses, making a lot of cuts and reductions that I think actually will have long-term benefits for our kids and grandkids. Promoted a trade agreement that had been languishing for years with Korea that's going to help a lot of our businesses here in Oregon. Patent reform to get our entrepreneurs going. And finally, a transportation bill, despite the fact that some members of Congress don't understand the difference between capital expenditures and other kinds of expenditures. We're able to get a transportation bill going, put a lot of people to work right now, and again, create, I think, a much more vibrant future for our kids and grandkids. A lot of work yet to be done. As many of you know, I'm pushing the Farm Bill. We have a great bipartisan Farm Bill that somehow leadership won't let get a vote on the floor. We can ask about that later. And as you know, I'm working on a bipartisan bill with Greg Walden and Peter DeFazio to put people back to work in our forests. You know, they're burning up, they're diseased, they're not healthy. Active forest management, I think, is part of the key there. And last but not least, I think one of the best things that Congress can actually do to get our country back on track is get our own debt and deficit under control. We have to balance our own checkbook at home, show that we actually care, show that we know how to do that, so that we don't end up like Greece or Europe, some of these other countries, and American businesses feel confident to invest in this country at the end of the day. So if you re-elect me, I'd like to continue the work we've been doing, and I appreciate the opportunity to be here. Thank you all so very much.
The next person today we will hear from is Fred Thompson, representing the Republican Party, who is a businessman.
Good evening, folks. It's a pleasure to be here. I was just telling one of the young ladies here that would be 99 years old. My mother, the 20th this month, would be 92. And she's in a facility similar to this in California. Not this big, but a similar facility. She was a nurse for 48 years, and I think she's still a nurse because they all the other patients ask for my mom's advice on things that are going on there. So I handed out this flyer. The flyer that I wrote on the front is you'll see a 7-point plan, and on the back is a bunch of stuff I've already done in my career. I've worked all over the United States, Europe, Canada, Mexico. My education, when I came back from Vietnam, I went through a millwright apprenticeship, an electrical apprenticeship, a certified welder, got my associate degree in apprenticeship trades, carried a lunchbox for 20 years, and then went on and got my bachelor's and master's degree. I got a presidential key executive MBA from Pepperdine University, which is ranked #1 in the world in ethics, and that's important because that's a lot what we need back in Washington, D.C. We need people with a very high ethical viewpoint, and we need that to happen back there so we can start working together. We have a lot of division back there that we see from both the President, the Congress, and the Senators that don't seem to want to come together and make things happen. I'm a timber guy. I spent over 25 years in the timber industry. I want to see the federal government out of our timberland. I want to see it owned by the counties and the people of Oregon. I think that's where the control needs to be placed so we can control our own destiny, because that is the biggest economic engine that we have in this state, is our timber. And we need to have that. Ask in Washington, D.C. if we can cut a tree 3,000 miles away. I don't think that works very well, and it hasn't worked. Because over the last 20 years, 25 years, we've lost over 300 mills. 45,000 people have lost their jobs. The true unemployment in Oregon is around 21%. In Marion County alone, we spend $10 million a month on food stamps. $10 million a month on food stamps. So many people are hungry. 17.1% of the population in Oregon is women and children that are in poverty. That's not right. This is America. We shouldn't have any of that. You know, for the last 50 years, I heard about the war on poverty, and we still have it. I think it's time that we come together and really solve this problem, because it is a very serious problem. Our energy costs are going up. Gee, I'm spending between $30 and $50 a day, and gas is still going over $4 a gallon. I don't know what it's going to cost me next week, but I know it's costing a lot of money. And I was at the Marion County food share, and they were talking about they've never seen a decline. The need for food increases every month. Every month. So we're in trouble, folks. We're in big trouble. $16+ trillion of debt, which 72 million people under the age of 18 are going to have to pay for that debt. And it grows every month. So we've got some serious problems that we need to, in a collaborative way, come together and resolve them. And it's just simply not happening. Now, if the unemployment was down to 3%, we didn't have the debt that we have today, you wouldn't see me here. I have two sons that are 14 and 16 years old. My wife, my fabulous wife, was a professor of architecture. Now she's Assistant Attorney General. So I have a good life and a good family. But this isn't about me. This isn't about me. So the hook is starting to come out. It's a yellow hook tonight, and it has 1 minute on it. So it's a pleasure to be here, and it's a pleasure to be running for this office, and a pleasure to hopefully be elected